Spain has had a tough time. Many organizations still get GDPR penalties in the month of April. This is the second case study. We are going to talk of a banking services company, a digital only bank in Spain, which got penalized on a privacy issue by the regulators. Welcome to my YouTube channel where you daily find new content on data privacy and, as discussed, a bank in Spain. So, who are we talking about? We are talking about a digital only bank in Spain, mobile first banking service, no physical papers, very strong tech foundation. This is not a traditional bank, and the bank is still strictly regulated by GDPR, which is pretty obvious because privacy is definitely and more importantly focused on digital data. And for a digital only banking service, the focus of GDPR has to be on the bank. What was the violation that was done by this bank? The very basic security was not properly implemented. Things like encryption and multi-factor authentication were not properly implemented. Violation of Article 32. Article 32 of GDPR says that there has to be security applied for processing of the information. And here, there is no security applied, right? Sensitive customer data is exposed without applying security. This happened during an assessment being done by regulators, and they realized that, so once again, they were lucky that breach had not yet happened. Else, the problem would have multiplied. If the breach had happened, the breach could lead to financial fraud, misuse of financial information, identity theft of the individuals whose information, like the social security numbers or any other personal information, including address, contact numbers, would have been out, so that could have led to problems with the customers whose data got exposed. So the regulators fined them. How much? 200,000 euros. Wow. The gap here, that the security was not properly implemented. Encryption not implemented properly. Multi-factor authentication not implemented properly. Access controls were implemented, but they were not fully implemented. Like the allocation done to people was inappropriate. Some people who did need access to some portion of information had an access to that, and some people, the vice versa, right? And the incident detection and incident response mechanisms were not even created properly. So the two important issues: what if there's a breach because of the security layers, and then who addresses those breaches? No one. Key takeaways from this kind of a scenario, from a banking thing. Of course, this is a very standard thing for privacy. This is a very standard thing for any organization doing business, especially with sensitive personal data. Banking industry, layered data security should have been implemented here as well. Best possible encryption, multi-factor authentication should have been in place. Documentation on security measures should have been updated properly. Employees should have been trained on security responsibilities, right? Each and every employee should have known how to make sure that the data is kept secure. Regular security and privacy assessments should have been done. That is another very important thing that any organization, again I would repeat, with sensitive personal data has to do regularly. So what if they had found this gap on their own assessments? They could have saved 200,000 euros, right? And now publicly known that they had a breach with respect to personal data. Fintech innovations, do not exempt them from GDPR. Don't just think that you're doing innovation, you're providing better services, means regulators won't work. Even if I say regulators won't have seen that, but what if a breach had happened? You would have lost the customer and the customer trust, and that is something which is very, very important. Proactive security is the key to any kind of security. Reactive apology is not a solution to any problem. I hope you liked the content of the video. This was a case study kind of a thing. If so, please press the bell and the like icon, subscribe to my channel, and share your feedback in the comment section. Thank you.